It looks like we may have some listings of Cardano native assets. And this is something that the community has been wanting for quite a long time. On all the major exchanges, you see ADA, but you don't see any of the tokens that are in the Cardano ecosystem. It's somewhat really hard to get them listed for whatever reason. And it looks like we have the reason why and some insight into what actually needs to be done in the background to make this all happen. So this came up on the SNEC Discord server, and the team there have been working on trying to get a listing on Kraken, really big exchange, a lot of users in the US. So let me read this for you for the listeners out there. Regarding Kraken, weeks ago, the head of engineering asked for Cardano Foundation support on updating Cardano Rosetta, a specification and set of tools that simplifies the process of integrating with the Cardano blockchain. CF recently completed their ask a few days ago, and Kraken mentioned nothing else is needed. The holdup has been entirely based on tech infrastructure to support Cardano native tokens, nothing else. Although we don't have the listing date yet, things are moving. Now, this is really exciting. The SNEC team have certainly been pushing hard to try and get the listing of the SNEC token, the meme coin, on various different exchanges. And there's listings on some Australian exchanges here with CoinSpot and SwiftX listing them, but you can't withdraw or deposit SNEC onto those exchanges. You can just trade them in the background there on their exchange, but you can't move those assets in and out. And that could very well be the same type of limitations that we have here in regards to Cardano Rosetta. And now there's other projects as well, like Igon's been talking about this for ages, trying to get onto Kraken as well. And this is a big detailed post earlier this year about, why they should be listed on Kraken. And, they're pushing really hard in regards to it. And Kraken does actually track the price of Igon, IAG. But of course, here it says Igon, IAG is not available on Kraken yet. But, the more people that are looking at this page, more people trying to track the token price, the more interest there is and the more reason why Kraken and other exchanges would want to list Cardano native assets. Now, getting these assets listed is really important, mainly because our stablecoins, USDM, USDA, the two of the largest liquidity at the moment, or JED is as well, but it's not backed by a stablecoin. It's backed by ADA. Now, the getting Cardano native assets on exchanges such as Kraken, such as Binance, whatever tech, whatever updates are needed, are the first steps to actually get USDM and USDA listed as well. So I'm certainly sure that the teams here at USDM and USDA are talking to the same people, trying to get movement on this as well. And from what I can see here, it seriously sounds like it's going to happen very soon. So we may see an absolute flood of liquidity coming into Kraken and more people picking up interest there because of the Cardano native assets being listed. Now, I did look into Rosetta to try and get a better understanding of this. I've heard of it before, but I never really looked into it. This is the GitHub repo here, Cardano Foundation Rosetta. If you're into the code side of things, I will link it down below in the show notes so you can have a little dig into it. But if you follow the links here to Rosetta, it actually takes you over to Coinbase's mesh. So this is updated links, etc., and it redirects to here now. So this is the documentation and API for any other blockchain out there to follow to allow for this level of interoperability. So Coinbase set out this standard, and essentially everyone, if you want to be listed on Coinbase, follow this standard. And from what it seems like, it seems Kraken also follows this standard as well. So if anyone is listing on Kraken, if Coinbase see it and go, hey, that looks really good, we can list that as well. Can we? Yes, we can. They support Cardano Rosetta or Mesh, Coinbase Mesh. Great, fantastic. So we can implement the integration and away it goes. So I really feel like this was the last piece of the puzzle. There's plenty of interest there. Coinbase Assets lists all these crazy meme coins that I've never heard of and have gone to zero. And they're not listing these, big tier projects within the Cardano ecosystem. And I purely think it's because that technical barrier that hadn't been addressed just yet. And it really, really does seem that it has now been addressed, and we will see more assets updated and integrated into these various big tier one exchanges. Now, this Coinbase Rosetta or mesh came out ages ago. This is back in 2020. So in the last bull run, they tried to standardize this type of stuff so that the industry could work on interoperability. So this is finally in play within the Cardano ecosystem. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Was this really the reason? I think it is. From all the evidence and everything I've been reading at the moment, this was the last piece of the puzzle that was needed to bring on Cardano native assets to all these exchanges, such as Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance. So let's see what happens next. We'll wait over the next couple of weeks, but I'm keeping my eye definitely on SNEC, Igon, and any other Cardano native asset that has been reaching out to Kraken over the last few months. It's definitely something worth looking into. Now, there's some other really cool news updates in the space. This here is CSwap. Now, these guys have been working, tirelessly in the background. Like, people don't pay enough attention to these guys. They built a brilliant NFT marketplace where there's instant liquidity in NFTs. So there's like a pool of NFTs, and you can buy into that pool or sell into that pool. And it makes it really easy to buy and trade NFTs. And I thought that was a really brilliant experience. Really good UI, UX. DEX is live, and you can go to at CSwap.trade, and you can trade whatever assets they've listed there in their pools. But this here is their test net, and you can give the whole platform a go and see their UI improvements that they've done as well. So this is it here. It's on testnet at the moment. So if you want to give this a go, you can. You can play around with it. You will need to connect your wallet to the testnet itself. So you connect here and then make sure you're on pre-prod. I think it's pre-prod. It might be stuff there. I've got links and stuff that I've done previously with John, CEO there at CSwap. So links in the top right-hand corner for you, or down the show notes down below. Now, talking about wallets to connect to DEXs, if you haven't checked out the new beta version of Eternl Wallet, I highly recommend that you do. This is some screenshots of it here. You can see it's a completely brand new UI, connects with Keystone Wallet, all your other hardware wallets out there, ADA handle integrations, and the dApp Explorer for the Cardano ecosystem too. So it's a really well fleshed out wallet for the Cardano ecosystem. And with this brand new design, I think it makes it a lot easier to use as well. You can get to it here. I'll put links down below again, but it is the beta version. This is the icon for the beta version. So it will change back over to the other one, I believe, the original icon, this rainbow colored one. But you'll be able to get here. Even the onboarding experience is so much easier. Like you click on Open App, and you go through the setup. You configure your language, currency, simple or pro, which I think is a really big difference here. Pro model is essentially what you get in Eternl Wallet at the moment, but simple simplifies it down to the T, and I absolutely love it. Do check out my video tutorials. They're on my other channel. I put a couple up already, but check out Eternl Wallet if you haven't done so already. Now, the other wallet that's doing a big update is Lace Wallet. They recently announced that they're going multi-chain, starting with Bitcoin. Now, there's a big talk about Cardano and Bitcoin, and Cardano being the DeFi layer for the Bitcoin ecosystem. So this will happen. It will happen sometime this year in one form or another. So I think there's competing projects now, but we will see DeFi come to the Bitcoin ecosystem via Cardano. So that's going to be really exciting to see as well. And this here is Lace's first announcement of going multi-chain. Don't know where they're going to go next after this, but I'm assuming over to EVM space or Ethereum and so on and so on. So we're going to see a few more updates from the team in regards to all of these updates of interoperability and going multi-chain. Really exciting stuff for the Lace ecosystem there too. Now, if you haven't used Lace before, I have to say it's probably the easiest and most simplified wallet out there at the moment. There's a couple of things I don't like with managing multiple accounts. Makes it a little bit tricky. And if I could rename accounts as well, that would be really, really nice. So I can distinguish between each one. The little things like that would be nice, but overall, Lace is a very good wallet. There's also NuFi, which is a brilliant wallet that is also multi-chain. And of course, Tokyo as well. If you're on the mobile device, if you're using a mobile, Android, iOS, it integrates in Bitcoin and Cardano as well. So of course, do check those out. Again, links down below for you guys. Now that's all I have for you guys for this particular update. The biggest thing I'm excited about is this potential Kraken listing and being listed on centralized exchanges. It's going to be huge for the Cardano ecosystem to have more Cardano native assets listed on these top tier exchanges, not only for these projects here, but then also more importantly, I think for stable coins such as USDM, USDA, JED, IUSD, etc., etc. So we've got a lot of stable coins, a lot of popularity in that space there. And with the US administration going down the path of potentially pushing for crypto assets to be paired with US dollar-backed stablecoins, I think it's really important that the Cardano ecosystem doesn't miss out on that either. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, click that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video.